Botzer Shmooze is by Rabbi Mordechai Goldstein, Shlita. Today's Shmooze, serving HaShem with Simcha, Tov Lev, and Tamid.
Macha shenoide shematan schoren shel mitzvos, v'atoive shenizkeloi im shomreno derech HaShem, hakosa b'Torah. As it says, Laman yitav l'cho v'rach do yomim, says that if you'll do the Torah, you'll live long. And the Rishonim get punished. Hakorish tikos hanefesh ahi avona boah. ומהו זה שכוסף בכל התור כול אם תשמו יגיע לכם כך ולא תשמו יגיע לכם כך וכל יש נדורם בעולם הזה כגון סובי עברו מלחום ושלום מלכו שיפלו שיבס אורץ גולוס הצלוחה etc. כל יש נדורם אמס והיו ובזמן שונו איסם כל המצווה התור יגיעו אלינו טייבס עולם הזה כולם בזמן שונו אויבים עליהם, תקרן אויסון הרוז הכסובos. ואף על פי כן, אין אויסם טייבס סייף מתן שכרם, כשל מצוות לא אויסון הרוז, הוא סייף נקומס נקום מהרמס. אלא כך הוא, איכו כל הדברים. הקדוש ברוך הוא נוסע לנו תורה זו עץ חיים היא, וכל עץ כל התורה בו, ויודו די הגמור נכון לזויכה בו על החלום הבא. ולפי גודל מעשה ורוב חוכמוסי, הוא זויכה, והבטיחונו בתורה שימנע סויסו בשמחו בטבס נפש, ונהנו בחוכמוסו תמיד, שיוסר ממנו כל הדברים המוינים מויסו מלעסויסו, כהן חוילים מחל בו בסתר. ויש מן כל הטבס המחזיקים יודענו לעשות התורה, כהן סבי ושלום, וריבוי כסף וזהב. כדי שלא ינססו כל ימינו בדברים שהגוף צורך להם. לני שפנויים ללמוד בחוכמה לעשות המצווה כדי לשנסקום לחיים הבא. You wrote me a Gemara. Where's the Gemara, Chaim?
They've been a pasuk. It's the only place.
So against the Gemara, Rambam. Tachas HaShem, Lavadim B'Simcha Tov Lev. Eize Avodah B'Simcha Tov Lev. Having the shiur, Ve'ema Divrei Torah. And the Gemara. Mesamche levikri, toiv levikri. Ben vikurim. So you see what is talking about shiur and not Torah, like the Rambam learns. You have a Gemara against the Rambam. Oh, Rashi, did you see a Gemara against him? Kabur me learn against him. It was the entire once you avoid HaShem b'shira. Let me explain this one time about shira. See, it's not that's not pshat. Rambam's going against the Gemara and Erechim. He is not. Yeah, but he's not learning the Gemara. You brought me a Gemara fakir. So Chaim says maybe we're missing in B'Simcha V'Tuv Nefesh. And then in Chochmasa. Okay, and then in Chochmasa, I think we do get a little hanoff in the learning. Those that learn. B'Simcha V'Tuv Nefesh. I mean, nobody's forcing anybody to learn. You do it willfully. B'Simcha. You come. Toivas Nefesh. But have joy, excitement, running, vibrancy, but Maybe you need to reach a certain standard, a certain type of simcha, a certain type of nefesh, a certain greater hanoah in the learning. Except there's one word he added here. You didn't underline it, Chaim. Give me a pen. No, I want him to underline it. You missed the key word, Chaim. Here's the key word. Read that key word.
Tamid.
Tamid. What do you mean Tamid? What is Tamid? What does everybody comes to Yeshiva learning, excitement learning? You enjoy the learning. It says Tamid. That's already catch-22, but it's Tamid.
Right, that's Tamid when you're doing it. Tamid, then you can't work, you can't do anything. You always Tamid that. So in the Zman when you are doing it, so you're Tamid in that Zman.
Yeah, but it's also the other way around. If you get a lot of hanoah and simcha and do it, so how come you're not doing it all the time? And everybody that learns it all doesn't mean he's doing b'simcha or b'tovus nefesh. And who is getting hanoah? Maybe there's different types of hanoah. Accomplishing, knowing, or enjoyment of the chachma. There's all kinds of degrees here. But the key word is tamid. That's already catch-22. The other words, we don't know what's the degree. But I can accept it, Achaim. It's a good possibility. To me, that means energy, excitement, vibrancy, life. What does that mean? Wake up. Energy, excitement, vibrancy, life. Okay. What do you mean? I'm not saying we don't have, we don't get enjoyment, we don't get, but we're not going negative, but it's not like, what?
Not reaching the standard.
Maybe reaching the standard of simcha, of tovas nefesh, and hanuas b'chachma. I don't say you don't, but we try to get down by going b'iyun, getting it more involved. I mean, but again, if you had a Noah Chachai reading a book, you read it till you close it up. Till 2 in the morning, you had a good book to read. That somehow is Moshe. And here at 12 o'clock at night, we close up. At 8 o'clock, close up. I don't say we don't enjoy it, we have something to do. So what degree are we talking about? That's something. All right. What's the matter?
You're saying that you start enjoying for life. When you're enjoying it, you do it. Just keep going.
No, I don't say we don't enjoy it. We do, we can. I don't say we don't have it. But I don't see that it means the vibrancy, life of constant. And it has to be constant. And I can explain why. What do you want to say? I can't hear you. Shut up. Peak experiences a person has. But tamid means, okay, as he said, every time you do it. Yeah, but it can't be you don't do it also constantly. Because if you really get excitement, you're going to do it more. No, people do the pleasure theory is you'll do what you like to do when you enjoy to do. You know what I mean? And there has to be a lust and a desire. The question we reach up to that standard or not. So maybe you're right, that tikkun we do need. I agree to that. But the Gemara is very strange. The Ram went against the Gemara. I talked about this years ago. The Ram goes against the Gemara. Forget about it. That's the Gemara. I got a Gemara. What's this?
So to me, that's where I was defining where the Gemara.
Where the pasuk is?
Yeah. The paper.
Let's see. Let me read it. Rashi doesn't talk about the pasuk. Second of all, the Torah to him has even worse. He says, he says that the pasuk pshat in the Mishnah and the Torah doesn't mean like that. Except they have a chazal, they have a kabbalah. They want to push it in some like an asmachta, a remez, a so they push it in. Same thing here, because to say that the shiur of Levium which is not mafurish in the Torah. It's only Mekumi Sani. We're going to say that there's that which is not mafurish in the Torah of Shivas Leviim is going to be now. If you don't do this, you just lost the whole Torah. That which is not mafurish in the Torah. It's a very very hard text to say, and that's why I imagine why the Rama rejected it, because Shivas Leviim is not in the Torah. I don't know why it's not. I don't know, but I thought it was. But if he says it's not, it's not. Pasuk in this Chazal mean that the person in Eretz Yisrael is Simcha. Being in Eretz Yisrael is happiness. Learning Torah is happiness. It's not just rote and duty, and they have to have that vibrancy in life, and that's the essence of what it is. And then you get the beauties and you get the brachas. You can do all the mitzvahs. You don't have that vibrancy, life, happiness, and joy, and the fullness of your heart. So then, that's the essence. And that's why all the curses come from it. But anyway, we can definitely say that's also true. We're not up to standard and par in that behavior. Arayla Dover. God loves, He gives us X, Y, and Z brachas, but somehow L and M of money and parnasa and debt, somehow those creep in. So it must be. It could be. What? Must be we're not doing b'simcha b'toiv leiv. That could be. I'm not going to argue that. I can agree. So what do we got to do? We got to change ourselves a little bit simpler. They have to find out. I can accept that. I don't know if that's the only thing we have. I don't think that's the main problem, but that's part of the problem. If we had the vibrancy and the life and the togetherness and the unity together, so then maybe... There's a lot of chidushim in the Beis Elokim in the first paragraph, chapter. Just want to tell 2-3 of them quickly because the time is around the corner. It's like this here. The Almighty desires the prayer of man, because man has all these needs, and he has all these difficulties. Malachim don't need it, and also the Balachayim don't need it, because they don't have any das to ask. He gives them their food without any Torah. But the human being has to work in this world. But he should make his Torah in Torah. So here I see a few interesting things. that the ability to ask is really our first bracha, Tochon Elam Das. So the first thing in the Bakoshas is to give me the Das, the Chokhmah, the Bina, to ask. Of my mouth, to know my needs, to express it, to understand the world. Which is a special quality of Bakasha of man. In other words, this Bakasha is only man can ask, which is miyuchad to man. Because man needs it. In order to understand what's going on. Otherwise, no Bakasha, there's nothing happening. That's why it's the first bracha. And second of all, man needs to work to get his tachlis, which is part of the bria. Because animals don't, man does. A man has to do machrisha, other things. A man who gets a goal has to work. Hakobi deisham chutz miyot shamayim. So there's a need for tircha to do something. Also, we like to get things free, ease, comforts. That's our society. And to work, falpel, pilpul, to get to the understanding of a little, 15, 18 line haflo, or 8 lines of a bikivega. How much is there? How many words? Well, you're stupid, you can't read it. So this way, you have to do the work, The answer is, man must work, and that we have to increase the work too. There's a lot of other chidushim we'll go into so late. But everybody has to think what he has to improve, what the yeshiva has to improve, what the klal has to improve, what he has to improve, what pula he has to do, we have to do, they have to do. Today's Wednesday, tomorrow's Thursday, there's Friday, there's Sunday, Monday, Tuesday, and Wednesday night is Rosh Hashanah. Got to get your clothing. Got to get money to have food. There's so much work. So much work. And no money. No this. Okay, we got to hop in whatever we can. We got to try our best quickly and mispalel to HaShem that we have siyata d'shmaya, and in the little time that we do it, then we should be successful in what we do. Whatever we do. I mean, you hear what's on me, you'd be like, well, he helps us. He helps us, he's close to us. He gives us siyata d'shmaya to find out what we really got to do. If anybody has an idea, let me know again. I didn't disagree with you. We found Torah. I said, what's wrong with you? Missing Yirat Shamayim. Maybe no. Maybe it's missing Avas Hashem. Maybe it's missing B'tochen, Amunah. Maybe I'm a Kaisen. Maybe I'm wearing shatnez. That's why the tefillahs don't work. They didn't pay my poelim. I mean, there's a lot of Steve sense. Whatever it is. So we should give us the right das and go forward. Yagdul Torah, be mispalo for the tzibur, for yourselves.
Rebbe's Musar Shmuses, year 5750, Elul. Today's shmooze, coming on to the Rachmanis of HaShem.
You have to be moide, you got it? Yes. Moide sheinu kedai b'shul maisav, ela barachmei Hashem. First has to come on to the Rachmanis Hashem. Ubezeh masig mevakshay, ki ein mi shenitzal ma'aro habo olav, ela barachmei Akel. In other words, a person has to always constantly come on to the Rachmanis of HaShem. Come on to the Rachmanis of HaShem, and he has to know it. He has to be moida she'eino kedai b'shul ma'isa. He has to know that he can't do it. He has to know he can't do it. He's out. It's beyond his control. He has to know it. And you don't have to, you can understand it yourself. But somehow you feel you got your finger in the pie. And you're chachmi, always, and you're meisim. Okay, you say, look, I'm doing this, it's a mitzvah and a chiyuv for me to do it. I have to do something. Can't do nothing. But you have to know it comes from HaShem. Okay. But it reaches the point, Shamoyde she'eno kedai b'shul myself. Ma'aser he did, or ma'aser he's doing, or ma'aser he will do. Ela barach mi Hashem. Ubezeh masig mavaksha. Ki ein mi sheyinatzel meharoa habolov ela rach me'akel. The only thing that can save the person is the mercy of God. No only mercy. Nothing else. And because he's Chanam Rachum, v'nichem al haroa. Because who can remove Hashem's Charan Apo, but the Chesed and Rachmim of Hashem himself. V'chanosh yashar chayin, v'richamt yashar rachem. What is the chayin and racham? He learns chanin lo shechayin shu noisin chayin levilti hogon. Chayin is like for those that don't deserve. Certainly you don't deserve, you're dirty, you're not clean. Still, Hashem will give you a chayin. Tzaki remove charonaf, rachmanas Hashem. She'll say to me, this is very poshut, very poshut. Simple. ABC. So this morning, at the shiur, I put out, they give out, in my neighborhood, they give out certain sheets. I didn't bring it, I wanted to bring it, but I left too quick. They give out sheets, Parsha Shavua sheets, from this institution. And so one institution has a Parsha sheet of this last week's Parsha. And I showed it to people of the shiur, and I asked them, if I would have said what's good about it, there was nothing good about it. I said, what's wrong with it? I said, I bring a chazal in Mar Kedushin, that if a woman wants to marry somebody, if a man wants to marry a woman, so the man has to give her the money. Let's say the woman gives the money, it's no good. What happens if a woman gives a present to an Adam Gadol? So it's considered as if she got. So they bring down a chazal. If you give, you get. Says, wonderful. That's the case then. The same thing will be in this week's Sedra. It says, "L'kachtem lachem," the bikurim. So what's the pshat l'kachtem? That you're going to take, since you gave to Hashem the bikurim, you're going to take from him back the real taking. And when you give to Hashem, says that which I gave you, when you give it's gave you, because when you give to Hashem, it's like you're getting back. So then you are receiving. Tremendous, wonderful word, front page headlines. So I said to the boys, what's wrong with it? So first in logic, what's wrong with it? And second of all, why don't it's logic, it's wrong, and doesn't fit in with our understanding. What's wrong with it? And I explained to the boys. I said the following, and some of the boys also added a piece to it, so I'm putting it all together. First of all, the first point is the chazal is not true. It doesn't apply to Hashem. According to the Mabit, it doesn't apply. If you give something to God and he takes it, it's like you got it. Hashem takes nothing. You don't give God anything. You're not giving him and he's receiving from you. First thing is he's giving you. And you are in the position of, you do mitzvahs because it's l'tov lach, but you're not doing nothing for him. The mitzvahs aren't for him. You don't make a kiddush Hashem for him. You do what you have to do, your mitzvahs. He doesn't need you and he gets nothing from it. He took your thing, he took your korban, he took your, whatever it is, your tzedakah and your learning. I sacrificed myself for Hashem, you did something for him. And now, wow, what a hanoi I got back. Maybe you got hanoi, there's no shaila about it. If you do a mitzvah, you get hanua. No shadow about it. Ruchnius, but not that you gave him and getting back. So Chazal doesn't even apply to Hashem. According to the Mabit, it's Bechlal Apikursis. Okay. But besides Apikursis, logic, it's wrong. Why is it wrong in logic? Because it's called a tautology. If you start originally with the premise that if you give, you get back, so then, and you say, I give to God, I get back. Okay, let's assume that's true, which is not true. The statement is not true, it's false. It's check it out because. So now you bring a pasuk, and you say, wow, look at the chiddush of the pasuk. There's no chiddush. The same thing you pushed in came out. That's the mirror. Elamai, what did you do? You did worse. You crippled the chazal, which is the third thing. He says, well, akachta you took, and you took the fruits. Good. You took from Hashem. So what about the fruit? Then it says, after they gave the fruits, it says, and I gave to you. That you gave to Hashem. Nasatal Hashem, something like that. So, Adarabba, the greatest thing is that, I don't know exactly what said there, but the greatest thing was there in that text that a person came and gave the Bikurim. He gave of his things as Bikurim. I gotta get the Lashon, I don't have the Lashon. But to say that you twist the Chazal or twist the Psukim back, you crippled the Psukim, Drush, and you had a tautology, and the fact is also not true. You got the pasuk. What he said. Where was the pasuk? You remember the pasuk? Find it. So I got it. It says, "V'lakachta mereishus priyadam." When you took, if you give, you get back. So you're taking. You're taking the spiritual. That's crazy. Okay, first of all, and he says. One second. That this little concept of the mabit, I have to get this paper, and this morning I was waiting for the boys. I have to look at the paper. Just it was on my table. My kids bring me the Parsha Shiur. Look, I like to see what it says there, and right away Mamish apis to mabit. So this little simple concept we think is, of course, Rabbi. It's a double portion, not a portion. And then we like to translate it. We want to translate it another way. How we translate it another way in today's world? God forces us, at least me in my economic situation. I don't see any way out except Rachmanas Hashem. I see nothing. And if you're thinking of the war, I don't see any position but Rachmanas from Hashem coming out. What can you do? I asked my brother Jerry, I said, what do you do about, chemical warfare? I said, listen, he says, 30 years ago, he took a 6-month course in the Navy about chemical warfare. 30 years ago. And they prepare how to go through airplanes. Brother was in the Navy, the airplanes in the Navy. How they go down and they attack ships and they send out the poison gas, and then they come back an hour or two later, and they have all kinds of gas is good for quick, fast, long. They come down out, and they have things that detoxify and clean it up, and you take over a big ship, $1 million, multi-million-dollar ship, no problem. So he told me, listen, there's no way of how you gonna stop the chemical? What are you gonna do? You don't know which kind until you know and what type and what thing, and they got new stuff. What are you going to do? It's practically an impossibility. Maybe they got bilateral. It's no end to this. What can you do? You can do anything. What are you going to do? How can you save yourself? Okay, if you're in a locked room, maybe, and you lock the doors, and lock the windows, and stuff your room. And after a while, how do you breathe? Where's the air? When you go out, so there's a little shtickle problem there. But it's just a mind-blowing situation. More of an awe. You're following. What do you do? How do you get out of it? What's happening? Which is the Chazal and Shayahu. I test. Whatever it is. So, but again, you reach a point where, to what? You come on. There's no way out but Rachmanas of Hashem. A miracle. Rachmanas of Hashem. You have no way out. No way out. No way out. You feel that you are helpless, Shemoide sheinu kedai b'shul ma'asav. He's not, he can't do it. Finished. That's it. And then Hashem helps. I was wondering also, you must be sure maybe to reach a stage where you feel you can't do nothing. Hashem said, listen, what are you worried about? As if you can't do anything physical yourself, you read it, can't do anything. And then Hashem said, okay, you have to rely on me, and I'll help you. But he says, don't worry about it, rely on me, and it works. So why wait till the end? Rely on him right away. Save the trouble. But it's definitely a very important piece. And the same thing where he brings down, he takes Amavino out, Veheim tachat tzvos u'malchus hashamayim. U'shemrachim abonu yoytze mi'uga lahoros ki ein sar u'mazel shel ha'Yisrael kishem tzadikim. Ve'yetze oisei hachutza. Out. Look at this, right? But anyway, but the best thing is that what does it mean under normal circumstances? Al pi teva, al pi chochma, al pi anything, it doesn't work. You got to come on to God. He has to change another box, another dimension. You have to recognize Hashem's the boss, and He does it. There's no way out. And nothing you may do this and that, but how can you do this? So you have to see always behind that. Eino milvado, which is really what Rosh Hashanah represents. Hashem's the melech. He's the boss. And everything is His, from the beginning to the end. And you have to rely on Hashem, the miracle. Now let's see, don't rely upon the miracle. So even by the rove, you have to know you come on to. That's what tefillah is. Hashgacha pratis. But again, it reaches the point, you must always say that you have nothing, and your job is ask Rahmanas from Hashem, or He gives you. Now we said this 20 times already. So I said also maybe 3 times a day you have to pray to get that relationship straight. Every day you need that reorganization of getting yourself in shape. Like the body gets out of shape, you got to exercise to get back into shape. So it takes a lot of work. You said to me something about this cause result, about Amunah. What do you say to me this morning? I have it written down for just 1 minute.
Even if you have studied from the yes, and when I brought up, there's a catch there because you're going to hate, you can give that.
Yeah.
Said Shem, you're going to hate, so we could look at that. Either we're going to say, Shem, you're going to hate, it's bad enough that it just beats the guys, and they're just is not, strong enough compared to that. What we say, no, because Hashem is going to hate, it affects his ability to have an immunity to the correct.
You worry about Hashem, you're going to hate. They told over the story this morning that says in the Moshe Mashiach you have to have Torah Maisim Tovim. Says, what are you worried about? Says Shema Yigrum Achet, which is the old sin of old problem of Yaakov Avinu. So how do you handle Shema Yigrum Achet? So we had 2 possibilities. What was the first one? What was the second one? Again?
No, we didn't have to handle with it, or just how to look at what the problem is.
How to look at the problem is.
So the problem was with Shema Yigrum Achet, is it bad enough kill call that
even with big Amun is Makoko, yeah. Or
we say Hagufa, really Halavai you can have the curriculum, but Shema Yigrum Achet is the kind of disease where it come to that level when he needs to, because the chet is holding him down.
Because a person who has the chet, he cannot have that. He doesn't feel comfortable about it. At this point, we have the word chanun, which means even if you have the chet, HaShem will have mercy on you and help you, which is another stage. She says, why did not Yaakov have that? Okay, but he said, we said another, he wanted to yeah.
It sounds that there's even a further step. In other words, even like, well, maybe...
So that you have bitachon, that you can rely on the bitachon. What is that?
Is that totally on lack of chet or even with chet?
I don't know if that's a good position altogether. To have bitachon, to rely on bitachon. To me, that's like relying on your meisim of bitachon. I would say that you have bitachon in such a degree where not you relying on it, relying on the reliance, but that's where you're at. Bitachon is strength. But it comes from a different, not from your deeds, because that's what you are. You know, Dad's going to pull you out. So no, so there's no problem. Guy's in trouble, and there's no problem.
That sounds like idea.
Right?
If a person knows...
No, it's not what's more than the knowing. You're sure. Confident, ready to put your money, yes.
There's an interesting position. If you look at Rashi on the Gemara in Brachos, which is quoting the Mishnah that Hillel heard the sound, the distinction between Tula, Shav, and not. He heard a cry from the city. Hillel's approaching the city with his...
Because no, it's not my kids.
No, it's not from my house.
Yeah.
So the obvious question everybody always asks is, how could he was an unobs, he would not like be bragging about what a wonderful guy he is, and therefore he knows not, even though it was true, and that Halguva was the reason for him, but that can't be what he was saying. So the Chidushi and Rashba says in this Chazal that he was going according to, which is what the pasuk is in the Chazal itself, that since there's two ways to rely upon Hashem. One is there's a promise for the tzaddikim, if you do good deeds, I'll take care of you, don't ever worry about anything. The other one is, which what Hillel was saying about himself as the Anav, was that since Hashem does give the chesed, does the makaskina, therefore with that bitachon, that's the way he was about the thing, he says, I don't have to worry. He wasn't saying what a wonderful guy he was, he says, but I know that Hashem is such a...
Hi, Hashem Yigomacheh.
That's why I'm bringing this up now also. So how come it didn't bother me? I'm not asking the question, I'm saying, must be it didn't.
So it must be, there's a certain point, there must be a certain point where you're sure on a point you're worried. Like something happens to somebody, or you, Chas v'shalom, my wife, I can't also bring, so well, I better take out of that house that thing I took away, and or I better do this, I better clean out this act before. I mean, there's certain things that but that's the chet. But let's say otherwise, a person has there's levels and levels. Yes, that would be in the trust in the sense that today you have a moon, who knows tomorrow, or you have to worry about yourself. You rest on your laurels, don't worry. No, you have to watch yourself. It means you have to watch yourself. You have to watch yourself. You have to watch yourself. No. But you should don't trust yourself. Don't trust yourself means that when you get to an action, you have to think about it. You just can't say, I know how to do it, it's no problem. You have to watch yourself when you do something. We're talking about what will Hashem do? So will he do this or will he do that? So there's certain things you're sure. Like it's mafursam, yadua, known. Or are you really asking Hashem, for me, let it happen? Like maybe around, maybe at this point, he says not because he asked Hashem, let it not come from my home. I don't want this trouble. In other words, he had a bakasha there also in his answer. There's another possibility. How did he know? He didn't know. If he had tefillah or something like that, you know what Chesed Hashem would work. He had bitachon and his something like that. Yeah.
This is more how I hear you explain it. There's a thing called the Chazal formula. If you just, mamash, put all your eggs in the basket, and mamash go.
It works.
It will work. It will work. In spite of the qualification you made according to Babit, because sometimes yes, sometimes
Yeah, because of the
but the rule
right.
we say is according
That's
to the
right.
Chazal. To the degree where you told story about the guy from the Holocaust, his father said this and this, and then the president comes back because like every time you put your eggs in the basket with the Chazal, you can go for so Hillel, even though Shemar Yigum Machet, by the fact that he put all his faith and trust, not saying, hey, I hope it's not. The reason why it's kind of almost like a yediyah, because since the pasuk which they use there, which they darshan with Hashem, they don't have to worry about a bad day, and they darshan it backward. But they don't have to worry, they got to go that by Hashem. It's got the same critic for two different ways. It's a very powerful thing. It's like he really grabbed onto the Chazal where he said, I know I'm a Baal Chet, but the reason why I don't have to worry about Hashem is because I'm going exactly according to this pasuk, this Chazal here.
I'm relying on the pasuk.
Exactly, but with everything. I mean, see, and a bigger man like Yaakov.
I heard that a lot of times. Rely on the pasuk, not the situation. And I want the pasuk to work.
The description of the level.
Like the Amunas Chacham.
Yeah.
I give these ladies brachas. Always say Amunas Chacham. So the tzedakah, so the Chacham, it's Amunas Chacham. Why Amunas Chacham? Because that's what it's all about. Let the words happen. But she believes in it, and she has to. So the schus of Amunas Chachamim, which is your formula. If you have one that works, so let it work for her. Not for me, nothing to do with me. Anyway, whatever it is, gentlemen. Tzaddik b'emanoso yichya. In these times, even today I didn't learn this morning. The heart is pumping back and forth, worrying and thinking. You have to have, I believe and I do believe, you don't have to worry. The end is good, Hashem takes care of Am Yisrael, no problems about it. We'll win. There's no shot. Am Yisrael Chai. Am Yisrael does not get destroyed. There's no shot about that. It's part of the master plan, everything is there. How to work. Okay. That's for sure. Shah, what is the master plan exactly? Where you fit into the master plan. It's another story. Because even in science, they can predict according to statistics and rows and even chazokas, this is going to happen. But they never know in the atom itself. Maybe one of the atoms will jump out of the orbit. And that each atom, each parad has an individual somehow chance of being the one that it doesn't happen to. It doesn't mean that in the reality of life, in the particular, and conceptually in rules, which is the rule in concept, it may be so. But in the particular reality of the prat, you can never say. There may be the exception. So they never can really make the statement. Therefore, what is the individual from that perspective? No. And he has the opportunity to jump out of the orbit or stay in the orbit. What is the orbit? So that's again, I was thinking also that, I said it this morning, I like to say it on tape, that just like there's a lot of diseases around the world, so when you breathe, there's TB germs, and then you touch food, and a lot of germs come there. But somehow, Hashem made the stomach that have gases and juices and all these acids that kill everything out, and somehow the blood cells kill this, that, and I mean, who knows what's going on into the body, or who knows what happened after eating all whatever you ate. And you ate this terrible organic food that has all these natural diseases in it. I just wanted to wake you up, Shabtai. These organic diseases. But anyway, make a long story short. What?
You see one thing, the organic food tends to make a person.
But I must tell you one thing. Yeah, but I'll tell you one thing though. That's what Brody asked me. Says, is there anything he actually falls asleep or anything he can do to help a guy that need more awake? So I didn't want to talk to him. But I did say that I did want to announce the Shabtai's benefit.
Shmuel Auerbach, let's be reckoned, he had this psoriasis for 30, 40 years. Everybody knows about it. Just it could be that it just happened at this time. This the story of the guy going into the Avodah Zarah. Says, what do you want over there? Come on, you got to know the formula. And I saw one time with Shabtai, I have to tell the story. I saw it, at that time I knew that Chazal was true. I was in the King David Hotel and a woman says, you got to save my son. You know, he's going to this Grecian girl. I'll pay anything to get it. I said, how are you going to break it? We knew the guy. The guy was the Blabris of the place on the top. They didn't have the Blabris then. They was library in Gula. You know, near the what we call Poland. There's a Blabris building. He was on the top there. And he's teaching guys yoga and this and karate. This guy was really involved in it, and these people were from Newcastle, rich people, and he gives them money and shop down and keep their shoes. I said, listen, Chapter, we're not going to take a guy, take some money, and we're not going to produce the merchandise. We're in trouble here. And we see the dollar signs, we see them back. And whatever he said, we're not going to do it. Sure enough, a week later, the guy breaks up. No rabbi, nothing. Just broke off from the she's going to marry a Russian girl, everything. A week later, and chapter 8. Then I mind that Chazal. Exactly. Can't be the exact moment, but it has nothing to do with anything. But anyway, the Messiah says that it did it, it helped it. It does have something to do. But I will say, in the light of what we're saying, all joking around, in the light of what we're saying, that
which we remember from the morning about, just like the healthy body fights off natural
germs. Yeah. Just like the healthy body fights off the health, the sin. I believe maybe a healthy soul, the guy has to be tough and a muna, can fight off, now, maybe a poison gas or nerve gas or who knows what. In other words, there may be something that the body itself would rejuvenate, or the adrenal gland works, like you had to jump somewhere. So maybe the healthy body, the healthy soul, boring and